Hey everyone, this is going to be part one of a three-part video series that I'm recording here. I want to go through the Ressio and QuickBooks Online integration. There are three key areas where we're going to see this come into play. One being the actuals within a project's budget, so your bills, pulling and pushing. The other spot being invoices to your clients, pushing those into QuickBooks Online. And the last part being your time clock entries, pushing those into QuickBooks as well. This video today is going to be focused on the actuals and how we can either create those actuals or bills directly in Ressio and push them into your QuickBooks Online account, or we can create those directly in your QuickBooks Online account and pull them into Ressio. So let's get started. Currently, I'm within a project. Most important part, and this is something I encourage you to connect with your customer success coach about if you need assistance setting up, is going to be making sure you connect your Ressio project to your QuickBooks. To do that, you're going to want to go to project settings, navigate to financials, and then you're going to find this connect to QuickBooks section. I've already gone ahead and set up the sync, but what you're going to want to do is select the proper QuickBooks project or customer, and then select what parts of the integration you would like to leverage. Again, this is something we can help you with during the onboarding process, but you're going to want to make sure we get this set up. That way we can take advantage of the different integrations that we do offer. So now that this is already synced over, let's do part number one, the actuals within the project budget. I'm now within the same project's budget, and I'm going to head over to my applied actuals column. You can enter your bills either directly into this actuals column, or you can go ahead and use the bills tab located in your left-hand navigation bar. Today, we're going to stick to the actuals column. So I'm going to just come on in here. We'll pick on the top here, project management. We're going to go through the process of entering a bill directly into Ressio and pushing that into our QuickBooks Online account. So I'm going to add a bill. Come on in here, you want to make sure you pick one of your QuickBooks vendors. If you want to come on in here and add any additional description or notes, that information can also sync on over to QuickBooks. So I'm going to just do an example right here and then put in some additional details. Most important part to keep in mind is you're going to notice this cost code section over here. This is automatically going to filter in because I'm creating this directly in the actuals list within my budget. But no matter what, always make sure this cost code matches what you'd like to sync on over to. That's going to help with our integration. And then we're going to have our quantity and our cost. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in. If you want to go ahead and add an additional attachment to have in Ressio, please feel free to. I'm going to just go ahead and save this and then approve. There is a multi-step approval process. We do have additional videos on bills that can walk through that, but what's most important is whoever is responsible for the final approval will get this pop up here where they will approve, and this is the action that will push this actual into QuickBooks Online. So I'm going to go ahead and approve and push. That's just going to add it to my list of 100 project management bills, and I can see quickly the bill number, the status, and then that it is currently open in QuickBooks. Eventually, it will hopefully get marked as paid and update to look something like this one here. Let's head on over to QuickBooks Online to see what that push over looks like. Now that I'm in my QuickBooks Online account, I have navigated to my bills and I've just narrowed it down to a particular date range. Now I can go ahead and see that ABC contracting bill for that $1,250 here. We can go ahead and here, schedule payment, view and edit the bill, and mark it as paid. So feel free to take action here. When I just go into my bill, we can see it has all the same information as before. Those are some outstanding transactions for the same vendor, and we can easily come on in here and save. So that is how we're going to push the bills on over from Ressio into QuickBooks. Again, this is option one. It is a two-way integration. So if I didn't want to push it on over like I'm doing here, I could also create my bills and actuals directly into QuickBooks and have that appear in my Ressio budget. So let's take a moment and go through that process. I'm going to go ahead and create a bill directly in QuickBooks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Click Create Bill. and this will push me on into my page where I can fill out some additional information. Gonna feel like a pretty similar process to what we just did in Ressio. So go through the process of coming in here, selecting your vendor. You can pick your dates. I'm gonna come on down here. It's gonna just default to my last bill, which was 100 project management. We'll leave it at that, but I'm gonna go ahead and change the rate just so we can easily track it when we go back into Ressio in just a moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and update that. Couple other things you want to keep in mind while we're still under those item details is the customer and project. We're going to make sure we select the proper customer and project. So I'm going to go back to that same project, Kayla's Holiday Home, and make sure we have that set up there. Once I'm happy with the information within this, we're just going to go ahead and do one line item for the sake of today's example. Then I'm going to go ahead and save. Once I save this, this will push it on over to Ressio. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now I'm back within the same project in Ressio on that budget tab. And if I go up to my actuals for project management, I can see that it's increased. If I come on in here, I can see my newest bill that was imported from QuickBooks Online for ABC contracting for that $3,500. So that is the other part of the bill sync integration. Please let us know if you guys have any questions. This is part one again of the 3-part QuickBooks Online integration. Feel free to check out our other videos to see how client invoicing works with QuickBooks Online, as well as time clock entries. Thanks so much.